Hotel brothers and sisters, Black Power is always giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors, Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, my sister, my father, my in-laws, my relatives, family members, subscribers, viewers, donors, supporters, sympathizers, and all of those who are fighting for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. Well, I need not to explain what happened in West Philly, but let me just break some things down because, see, now the entire world is paranoid and afraid. And I've always told you all that war, civil war, is coming to this country at an escalating scale. And the color of your skin will be your uniform. See, when Dylan Roof and all these other white supremacists went around slaughtering and murdering at a ruthless and alarming pace countless brothers and sisters and our elders in churches, mosques, synagogues, temples, grocery stores, fast food restaurants, workplace, work establishments, college campuses, military posts. It was okay. It was okay. These white terrorists and these white supremacist gunmen were taken into custody. They were analyzed. They're in the process of making numerous movies about their cowardly, punk-ass actions, trifling actions of the murder and slaughter of our brothers and sisters and our elders. But it was okay. As soon as the black man begins to copycat that same type, the exact type of behavior, now everyone is scared and paranoid. 36-year-old, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Maurice Hill, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. And correct me if I'm wrong if that's not his name. But for the sake of being on the safe side, I'll just say 36-year-old Brother Hill. There are thousands and thousands of Brother Hills out here with numerous and lengthy criminal histories, from being shut out, from being sent back to prison on parole violations for minor infractions such as dirty urines for marijuana, not being able to land a job that will comfortably take care and provide for him and his family. That's just an example. I don't know this brother's history. I know they say that he has a lengthy criminal history. And most of our brothers with these type of criminal histories basically have the same type of story. Not the same outcome, but the same type of story. Not being able to hold a job, not being able to vote, feeling left out from the rest of the people in society. And now, a lot of you should have a better understanding of what the black man goes through on a daily and consistent basis. He's just one of the few who went all out, who became tied to the point where it made, like Michael Jackson said, it makes no difference. It is so many of our brothers out here. Because Brother Hill is no nut. He's not psyched out. He's not insane. He's just another black man that's tired of being fucked around and finger fucked mentally, emotionally, economically, finger fucked by this so-called system. But for real, for the black man, it's not a system, it's called a mystem. Because when it comes to handing out jobs and handing out opportunities, they missed them. And so that's why I call it a mystem, because they miss us. Now, everyone is paranoid. All these anxiety attacks. You know, whites are going to apply for Social Security for post-traumatic stress disorder like they did in 9/11. And see, with 9/11 was the same exact thing, because that was an Arab. It was a foreigner. And people went and got, so to this day, people get Social Security benefits from post-traumatic stress disorder from 9/11. People that weren't there, people that watched it on television. And so, you mean to tell me that you can watch that on television, but people who are out here each and every day living in it, living in the war zones, are not able to even find work, are not giving work. It's always some type of special when it's time to hand out or give a black man that handout, give a black man an opportunity. You know, it has to be a gun, a buyback program, a expulsion summit, where they take certain charges off your record to allow you to work for the private sector, which still doesn't cut it. I mean, if you can give me the answer to why it is so much fear of giving a black man the same opportunity, the same salary as all other men on the planet. What is the fear? I know it, but do you know it? Why do you fear so much of the black man becoming the head of his house once again, the king of his throne once again, like all other men? All other men. Everybody else is given opportunities abundantly to be head of their households, to be kings of their castle, except the black man. And then now you wonder why people, these brothers, are beginning to act out one by one, are beginning to vent their frustration and their lack of patience with this so-called Muslim system. Now, they make a big issue. This is the biggest issue in the world right now. The black man has zapped out. This is what they want people in other parts of the country, other parts of the world to believe. That the black man is a savage, a raging savage. But they do not expose to the world how the black man is treated here. Like shit. Like shit. Like piss. Spat on each and every day. When you see police cars on the highway, pulling cars over, is always black men. When you go to the courthouse each and every morning, the line that you have to get in to get your items searched, the line is always full of black men. The chain gang going to the jail, getting on the jail bus, all black men. Every courtroom is packed each and every day, full of black men going to jail. The parole and probation officers are filled with black men. The unemployment lines, the food stamp lines are filled with black men. But when you go to the government and corporate America, there are no black men. When you go to a bank and do a survey on bank accounts, how many adults hold bank accounts? There are very few that are black men. When they make movies about gang violence, drive-bys, drug use, sexual content, it's the black man. If one is lucky to take his athletic ability and become a spectacle of entertainment every Sunday, it's the black man. The spectacle of entertainment. Who can run the fastest? Who can jump high? Who's the highest jumper? The magical monkey. The black man. But then you wonder why the black man is fed up. The black man is beginning to act out on a extremist level in terms of violence. That the black man has had enough. The black man has had enough. The coons that they use, the Toms, the peeping Toms, the Uncle Toms, the coons, who are spies and gophers for corporate America Hollywood, the music industry, and the sports industry is the black man. The one who puts on the dress and wig and bra and heels to be broken in and have his manhood depleted is the black man. And so, black man, when is it time to wake up? A lot of black men are waking up. A lot of black men have been woke. A lot of black men are tired. You put the drugs in the black man's hand, in the black community, in the black hood. We have no black communities. In the black hood. You put the guns in the black man's hands, in the black hood. Right after you give it to him, you arrest him for the possession of the drugs and those weapons. And then you create the self-hatred in the black man. So when the black man vents his self-hatred out on everybody that resembles him, because he's began and learned to have hatred for his brother, and they begin to kill one another. You look back and say, wow, look at these niggas killing each other. And a lot of you are that dumb and naive and green to say, we kill each other. It ain't the white man, it's us. And I feel sorry for coons like yourself who think like that, who think that it's no mastermind behind this whole scheme. How do you think the drugs get into the black community? How do you think that the guns get into the black community? How do you think they get there? The black man owns no boats, no scuba diving equipment, no Lear jets and planes, has no connection with no cartel in Mexico or Colombia. The only people you see interacting with Colombia cartels and Mexican cartels are white men. And so, no one wants to take the blame for the result of situations such as this. Everyone, including black people, will blame the black man. Of course, he plays a role in it. But let's get down to the core of this situation and of this behavior. Don't lie. By a show of hands, how many of you black men out there, and I have to say this for the sake of eliminating this negative remarks, how many black heterosexual brothers are in the same position as this brother? How many of you black heterosexual men understand where this Brother Hill, is coming from? How many of you black men, heterosexual men, feel like this brother sometimes? How many of you have experienced all the things that I have just described to you about the black man and what he goes through? See, Honestly, no one wants to take blame. So now, what will happen now is Donald Trump will beef up police terrorism. So now the black man is really in trouble based on law enforcement's opinion. Everyone is a brother Hill in the eyes of these white supremacist law enforcement officers. You will see. You will see. Now it's police terrorism against the black man. All bets are off. And so you have a lot of people now afraid of war in this country. The nigger politicians, the nigger preachers, and I'll say 97% of the nigger preachers. Not all of them. Not all of them. Some of you are, and imams as well, and grand sheiks. Some of you are committed and dedicated, and you live honest and productive lives. And you do your best to want to see your people prosper. But I'm talking about the 97%. The nigger preachers, the nigger politicians. You know, Corny West, Corny Booker, Kamala, and the list goes on and on. Elijah Runnings, because that's what he does, run. John Lewis, who's nutty as hell, still got knots on his head from Bloody Sunday at the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Still locked up, and that's how his mindset is. John Conyers, who thinks he's Daddy Grace. Amos and Andy Young, you know, who still talks like he has diarrhea with this southern drawl, still lying about his role in the King assassination. And he's balling up more and more each day. Well, you know, Martin and you know, these nigger politicians, they come with this big, you know, all these agendas, all these big agendas. But what are you going to do now? You're going to push for Joe Biden, who is the master and the architect of mass incarceration. You're going to call him in. You're going to call him in. Uncle Joe, who will be locking black men and women up at a rate that you will not believe. Kamala Harris will do the same thing. Bernie Sanders will do the same thing. Anyone that is against reparations is not for the black race, period. You can say what you want. You sling that healthcare bullshit around, but that's going to be it's going to be split up as well. You're going to have segregated healthcare. You're not talking to someone, quote unquote, one of these sleep niggas, one of these unconscious niggas that's sitting around smoking fucking loud and cush and drinking goddamn yak. This is what I'm telling you all. This is what I be talking about. As far as you all continuing to remain asleep, to remain asleep. Brother, and in closing, let me just say this. There's thousands and thousands of Brother Hills out here. Brothers who are sick and tired of the system, sick and tired of being pushed around, fucked over, counted out, not able to feed their family. They have to go to the underworld. They have to grind, do illegal shit, poison the community just to eat. A man walking around with a food stamp card with no job, having the doors closed in his face every day. There are a lot of Brother Hills out here. And brothers and sisters, my sisters and brothers and others, this may be the beginning of the end. Because a lot of black men are fed up. A lot of black men are tired. A lot of black men have given up. There are a lot of conscious, strong, clear-minded black men out here that not only receives pressure from the white man and the white power structure, but a lot of times they receive more hell from the black woman. Anytime you see a black woman walking around as a security guard or special police with a gun and a badge, you know shit is fucked up. Excuse me. Yeah, brothers and sisters, once again, and let me repeat that. When you see a black woman with a gun and a badge guarding the white corporate power structure, you know it's a problem. Because she's supposed to be home, nurturing the children and maintaining a home, while the black man is out here on the front line. But since the black man is the most feared specimen on the planet, that they will rather put his woman in the line of fire than to give the black man his props and give him a decent wage where he can provide for his family. They will put his woman out there in front of gunfire, terrorist gunfire, than to give the black man employment. And so in closing, brothers and sisters, this is just something to think about. There are thousands of Brother Hills out here. So when Dylan Roof and all these other white supremacists, when they went around slaughtering black people in churches, mosques, synagogues, fast food restaurants, hotels, work warehouses, college campuses, military bases, it was okay. But now when one black man imitates and emulates his oppressor, the whole world is scared. And this is just one man. One man. I'll be back with another video, brothers and sisters. I'm going to be talking about the homeless population, not only just in Washington, D.C., but worldwide, And where are our sisters? All of these missing sisters. So until then, brothers and sisters, Hotep, Black Power.